Welcome back, guys. I am back again with the older topic of Wazuh, but the scenario is new and different. Today, I am going to show you how you can install a distributed Wazuh, not the cluster based, but the distributed Wazuh using two machines. One machine for Wazuh Indexer and Wazuh Manager, and the other machine we will use to visualize our data, and the machine name is Wazuh Dashboard. So in short, we are going to use two machine, Wazuh, one for Wazuh Indexer and Wazuh Manager, and the other node is for the Wazuh Dashboard to visualize our data. So move towards the installation. What we are going to do, I have already opened my Wazuh Dashboard machine. Let me access my I'm going to access my machine using putty. On which platform I am going to install Wazuh? I'm going to install Wazuh on Linux Centos 8.5 version. Before we start or move towards the installation, first I am going to add some repositories so our installation will be completed smoothly. Okay, I have named my Zabbix indexer and manager node is Wazuh hyphen IM indexer manager, and Wazuh dashboard Wazuh hyphen D. It will take some time to update these repositories. What we are going to do, we are going to first generate the SSL certificate. I am installing the latest Wazuh 4.7. You can change the version from here as well. Okay, this process has been completed. Next step, we are going to add this configuration. We will replace the node name and IP values with the corresponding the name and IP I am using for my machine. We will replace according to our requirement in this configuration file. Just type nano and paste. I have named the indexer node name Wazuh-IM, and the IP address is 192.168.9.5, and we will use the default name, or you can name according to your choice, the Wazuh manager or the Wazuh server. I have going to use Wazuh hyphen 1 for the Wazuh manager Wazuh server name, and Wazuh dashboard. I have named the Wazuh dashboard Wazuh hyphen D, and the IP address for my Wazuh dashboard node is 192.168.99.6. Press Ctrl X, enter Y, press enter, and now we are going to create certificate for multi-node cluster or for the distributed installation. I have told you guys I am just installing the distributed Wazuh, not the cluster based Wazuh. So compress these certificates, delete the uncompressed certificates. The next step is install package dependencies. You simply have to follow the official Wazuh web page for the installation if you don't want to get in any kind of trouble during the installation. What I have done here, I have added some Wazuh repositories. Now I am going to install Wazuh Indexer. So this will take around about 4 to 5 minutes. It depend on your internet speed. Maybe it may be delayed or go longer more than 5 to 10 minutes, 15 minutes. So just allocate the time. We will stop the video to minimize the length of this video. It will take about 4 minutes. So I will make it pause. The download process has been completed. It has been completed in 4 minutes 6 seconds. Now the download process or install process has been started. It will take a bit time. So guys, installation has been completed for the Wazuh indexer. Let's move to the next step. Configure the Wazuh indexer. We have to add some configuration according to our requirement in this configuration file. What is the network host, the IP address of this machine, node name, I have named it Wazuh-IM, and no cluster, nothing, and the only thing you have to change here is node 1 with Wazuh-IM. Control X, enter Y, press enter. You can read the instruction from here as well. Set the address of the node for the both HTTP and transport traffic. Use the same node addresses we have used previously in this configuration file. I have replaced the name. If we are doing the cluster thing, we will change things in this, otherwise not. This is also part of cluster, and the four plugin security nodes, we just have to replace the name we have used. Now deploy. The next step is to deploy certificates. I have used the name for my machine is this. Next, copy these all certificates. Just replace the name where you can see the $sign and node underscore name with the name you have used for your machine. I am doing what I have told you guys. Okay, now start, copy and paste. Just simple. certificate deployment certificates has been completed. Now we are going to start the Wazuh Indexer service. It is taking too much time. Maybe it will be the RAM issue because I have allocated just 1 GB RAM to this machine. The minimum requirement for this is 4 to 8 GB RAM to start indexer, manager and dashboard services on the single machine. Because I am doing this for by the scenario of distributed, that's why I have allocated the lesser RAM to the indexer. Maybe I have to increase the RAM. Just going to stop. This was indexer and manager. Going to increase RAM with a little more specification. Let's see. Okay, restart session. Okay, the machine has been booted successfully. Let's start the service now. Maybe I should have to pause the video because it's taking time and it will make the lengthy video. See, it has been started successfully. We can check this by just replacing start with status, and this will show you the service is active and running. Okay, if we have the cluster scenario, we will use this command to start the cluster, but this will also make a cluster of single node. It will not make the cluster. It will got into error because we have only one node for the Wazuh indexer and Wazuh manager. Now we are going to install Wazuh server. Indexer installation has been completed. You can see it has popped up some errors because we are not installing Wazuh cluster based, we are just installing distributed. That's why the below part was the cluster initialization or cluster base. You have to just complete until this step. This is the cluster part. Okay, now we are going to install. We have already added these Wazuh repositories. If we were installing Wazuh server or on the separate machine, then we are going to add these Wazuh repositories. Now just install Wazuh manager. Just run this command. It will take around 2 minutes. I am going to stop my video to minimize the video time. Wazuh manager has been installed successfully. Now just run these commands to start this service as well. Enable this. Why we enable these services? Because if any time server get rebooted, it will automatically start these services. The service has been started successfully. Just replace the start with status and it will show you the service is active and running. Now we are going to install Filebeat. Why are we installing? The next step is we have to download the pre-configured Filebeat configuration. Let's the download get completed. The download has been completed for the Filebeat. Now just download this configuration file. File has been downloaded. Now edit this file. What were the instruction? The list of Wazuh indexer nodes to connect. We have only one node. You can use either IP addresses or the host name. By default the host is set to localhost. We are going to replace our IP address with this localhost IP 127.0.0.1. Replace it with Wazuh indexer address accordingly. My Wazuh indexer node is 192.168.9.5. What else we have to do? If you have more than one Wazuh indexer node, you can separate the address using commas. For example, this instruction is for the cluster scenario. We just have to replace the IP address over. Just we have done, nothing else will be changed. Next step is to create the Filebeat key store to securely store authentication credential. You can use an other username and password for the key store. I am using the default admin and admin for the password as well. Download the alert templates for the Wazuh indexer. Sorry, okay. What is this? My mouse is doing something terrible. Okay, this template has been downloaded. Now we are going to assign permissions. Permission done. Install the Wazuh module for Filebeat. Okay, done. Again, we are going to deploy certificates. I have named my Wazuh server Wazuh-1. If there is any error in your name, or you are going to use the wrong name or any key difference, it will pop up the error message. Copy these all certificates. Just change the dollar node name with your Wazuh server name. Now copy these commands and run on the terminal. Now just start the service. The Filebeat service started successfully. What is the next step? You can check the Filebeat output by this command. Everything looks fine. Now we are going to move towards dash dashboard installation. Every time you have to follow this step-by-step installation. Why we got into this error? As I mentioned, we have to add some new repositories to get installation process completed. Now check, because our machine is up to date, this package won't be installed. We are going to import these repos for the installation. Now we are going to install Wazuh dashboard. It will take some time. Until now I am going to stop this video. Okay friends, the download process of Wazuh dashboard has been completed. Now we have to change some configurations. What is the server host? This will be the IP address of our dashboard node. The URL of the Wazuh indexer instances to use for all queries. The Wazuh dashboard can be configured to connect to multiple Wazuh indexer nodes in the same cluster. We have to enter the indexer IP of our Wazuh over here. Now press Control Enter, Enter Y, press Enter. Now we have to deploy certificates. The same certificates will be deployed on the Wazuh dashboard machine, which we have created on the Wazuh indexer node. For this purpose, we have to copy these certificates from Wazuh indexer node to Wazuh dashboard node. You have to write as copy Wazuh certificates from this machine to this machine. Press enter. Press yes. Press password for the enter password for the Wazuh indexer Wazuh dashboard node for the user of root. The certificates has been copied successfully. Now we can go to the dashboard node and check. You can see the dashboards has certificates has been copied from indexer node to dashboard node. I have named it Wazuh -d. Copy the remaining commands to the now replace this node name to Wazuh dashboard machine name. Now just copy these commands and press enter one by one. Deployment of certificate completed. Now start the dashboard service. Dashboard has service started successfully. Only for distributed deployment. Edit this configuration file and replace the URL value with the IP address of host name of Wazuh server master node. Okay, so I have to okay configuration file doesn't exist. So I am going to create this configuration file. User cd share cd Wazuh dashboard. Now cd data cd Wazuh. No. So now make directory name with Wazuh. The directory has been created. Again, create another directory name. Okay, first we will enter to the directory Wazuh. Now we will create another directory name config. Move to this directory. Now create over here configuration file named wazuh.yaml. Copy this code from here, paste and change or replace the local host with the IP address of your indexer node. Because Wazuh dashboard is going to fetch data from the indexer node. Now just for the correction purpose restart the Wazuh dashboard service. Done. Now access the Wazuh dashboard 192.168.99.6. Click on the advanced proceed. Wazuh dashboard server is not ready. Okay guys, my bad. The Wazuh indexer service was not running. I have started it again. So you have to use the default admin and admin password and username for the login. This is the default dashboard for the Wazuh. You can add agent from here, you can add agent from here, because this is a fresh installation, that's why there is no agent is registered yet. You can watch security events from here, integrity monitoring, policy monitoring, system auditing, security configuration assessment from this menu. Manage agents. Okay guys, thank you for watching. Stay blessed.